Hi, I'm Cindy, your Pamper Chef consultant, and I had a request from someone in a party I'm doing right now to talk about our pantry items. I try to talk about them, but I'm going to show you them. These are just the ones I use all the time, which is crazy. But I don't know if you can see it. This gray thing here, this is our spice holder. Comes with 2 drawers. Mine always have my little scooper in case I need to scoop something. And I always have a pan scraper because you never know when you're going to need to scrape some cribbity crap off of a pan. But it comes with 2 little drawers. So there's another one here, a longer one actually, which has my brush cleaner in it. So you can put whatever you want in here. You know, if you want to put measuring spoons or something, or flat, like these, probably. Actually, yeah. So if you get any of these kind of things, you can put those in there. But I'll tell you about these in a minute. So I have all of my stuff right by my stove, which is right beside it, right here. I don't have just Pampered Chef stuff on here. Like this ugly thing is for my salt because I'm a person that likes to do this and throw salt in my food. But I also have, because my husband likes it, he likes salt in a grinder. And I also have pepper in a grinder. These are not Pampered Chef. We do sell them though, but I already had some, so I don't have them. And I have giant ones too, because you can never have too much salt and pepper. But also, I'm just going to tell you what I have beside my stove for stuff that I like to use. You certainly don't have to do this. I always have either white wine or apple cider vinegar. I have a giant thing that you get at Costco of sea salt, because when you make pasta or boiled potatoes or boiled vegetables, you can never put enough salt in that water. Like I watched a show once on the Food Network, and it was a guy from down east, and he said if you dip your finger in that and it tastes like the sea, you have enough salt in it. So I've always remembered that. So I always put a lot of salt. It doesn't actually go, it flavors your food a little bit, but not as much as if you just put salt right on it. So that's a fairly good tip, I think. So I always have that. I also have balsamic vinegar, and my favorite that no one can ever pronounce, Worcestershire sauce. I put this stuff in everything. It's so good. Also, not Pampered Chef, obviously, lean parents. But the rest, oh, and I do have some Epicure stuff on here. So shout out to Jackie. I have Epicure stuff that I really like. But most of this is Pampered Chef. But I'm going to tell you the spices that I use all the time, which are on here. Crushed garlic, what is it? No. Crushed peppercorn and garlic. I put this on roasts all the time, like if we're having a prime rib or whatever, because the peppercorns are fairly large and the garlic pieces are fairly large, so it's really good on a roast and it makes really good gravy. So I use that one. I also have 3 onion, which again, you can put this in soup, you can put it in stews, and again, it's fairly chunky. This is all 3 different kinds of dried onions. It says on here you can use it as a rub, but I've tried to put it right on meat and it just gets burnt, so I don't recommend it. Don't recommend it. But yeah, it doesn't tell you what kind of onion. It just says green onion and dehydrated onion, so super helpful. But anyway, it tastes really good. This one, I was sad they took it away for a while, but now it's back. The Herbe de Provence. It has rosemary, thyme, fennel, and lavender. This is great on vegetables. Like, this makes frozen vegetables even taste good. So if you just got like a bag of mixed vegetables and you don't know what to do, you know, if you just need a side for dinner, throw that in a pan with some butter, throw some of this on there. Oh, so good. All right, what else do I normally use? This one is my favorite. Garlic and herb. I put this on everything. I put it in potatoes. I put it on eggs. I put it in hash browns. I put it on meat. I put it on vegetables. this is like, that's why it's right here, because then I can just grab it and throw it on. And I have three extra ones in my spice cupboard over there. So yeah, I have a spice cupboard too, because I'm greedy like that. I have the barbecue ones out now because it was barbecue season. These are probably going to go back in the drawer till next year, but Korean barbecue, if you haven't tried it, it's sort of sweet and spicy, and it is so good on a pork chop on the barbecue. Like, you actually, even if you use this as a marinade on pork, you just take this with a little bit of either water, like water and oil, just mix it together and rub it all on and let that sit either overnight or even just for an hour before you barbecue your pork. Or you could actually probably do it in the oven. I haven't done it in the oven. Maybe I'll do it in the oven. But this is, oh, it's a different flavor than regular barbecue, but it's a little sweet and spicy. It's delicious. Really good. Oh, how could I forget? Everything bagel. Did you know it's not just for bagels, even though it's really good on bagels? I have also put this in potatoes. Put a lot of things. I eat a lot of potatoes. Put it in potatoes. Put it on vegetables. It has some sesame seeds, black and white sesame seeds in it. So you could use this, like, you could even use this in like a more savory granola if you wanted to. It'd probably be really tasty. I might sneak it in my husband's next time I make it for him. Shh, don't tell him. What else have I got here? Oh, Italian seasoning. That one's a no-brainer, right? Throw that stuff in sauce. Anything Italian you're making, no-brainer. I also have a lot of these. Oh, and this one. This one, I did not think I was going to like it at all, honey sriracha. But let me tell you, you put this stuff on a tater tot, not even kidding. Throw your tater tots in the oven or the air fryer. Sprinkle this on top. Do not put too much though, because it will burn your face off, because the sriracha is hot, but oh my gosh, it's so good. I've also made this, used this on candied nuts. So it has, again, hot and sweet flavor, which is really good. Really good. But there are also other recipes on the website if you want to give this a try. Or actually, if you want to give this a try, I might have a few sample packs that I could send out. I'll have to check. The last things I want to show you that I use all the time for spices, we're not even halfway done yet, folks. Are the rotisserie ones. So there's garlic parmesan and regular rotisserie. Of course, I use these on chickens in the rotisserie. The garlic parm is delicious on French fries, but either of these are delicious. Like, even if you do like a chicken in the oven, sprinkle it over everything, you know? Like, when I do a chicken in the oven, I usually do, like, I'll throw baby potatoes and carrots or Brussels sprouts or whatever I've got in my fridge in there. And I just sprinkle this over the whole thing, and it tastes so good. Yeah, and these are really, really fine. Like, really, really fine. So they don't burn. So you could technically put these directly on, like I say, a pork chop or, I don't know, a piece of chicken, if you're whatever you want, and just throw it in your oven and it won't burn to pieces. So these are awesome. All right, what else have I got in? Oh, I know what I want to show you. I wanted to show you my oil and vinegar dispenser. I don't think I've done a video on it yet, and I've had it forever. You can put whatever kind of oil you like in here. Right now I have canola oil in, but you squeeze here. I don't need anything with oil right now, but I'll show you anyway. You squeeze here, and I don't know if you can see it. On the side, there's like a little, yeah, there's like a measuring. So it's, you can have half a, oh, what is it? Let me see. 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, or 3 teaspoons, and fill it up to the max is the top line. But you squeeze the side, and the oil comes out, and you can like measure however much you need. That little squeeze was 2 teaspoons. So it takes like a little tiny squeeze and you get the amount of oil that you need. And so you're not wasting anything. And this whole thing comes apart and goes in your dishwasher. So I'm going to leave this over there because I'm probably going to have to use this for dinner. But anyway, but this is one of my absolute favorite things. 100%. All right, so I'm gonna do a little shifty shift here. Turn it this way and say, ta-da, look what else there is besides my bread box, which has bread in it. We have a lot of new sauces and stuff. I don't have a lot of them. This one, the teriyaki with honey. Oh, so good. Put that on a chicken wing. Eat that all day long. Yeah, and you can tell we like it because it's almost gone. So yeah, I slather this on all kinds of stuff. Like any kind of meat, it's really delicious. This is, this one's a brand new bottle because I used my old one. Sweet onion. It is barbecue. Like it tastes like barbecue sauce with a lot of onion in it. It's so tasty. Yeah, so I've already used 2 bottles of this. So this one, I'm just waiting to open. We also have oils. I'm out of the garlic parm one. But you need to take note for the garlic olive oil, garlic parmesan infused olive oil. You cannot cook with that because it will burn. But we also have garlic infused canola oil, which you can cook with. And it doesn't burn. And it makes everything taste garlicky and delicious. So yeah, so we use this a lot too. I fry all kinds of things in it. You can fry whatever you want in it. Whatever you like to fry. Vegetables, potatoes, meat, anything. Or even use it as a marinade. Like you could totally marinate whatever you wanted in this. It's perfect. It's great. And we have syrups. We have this. You can tell it gets used. My husband uses it for the cold brew coffee. But this is gourmet brown sugar. We have a limoncello. And we have a cherry almond. Those are out there. I forgot to bring them in here. Those are sitting with my coffee maker out there. You could use, like I said, we only use this one for coffee, but I feel like you could use it in cookies or something if you wanted. I might try it sometime. We'll see. But like I say, we go through a lot of it just for coffee. So, and lastly, just going to show you a couple of my favorite mixes that we have. Pancake and waffle. We use it all the time. It is so good and it's so easy. It gives you the instructions right on the back of exactly what you have to do. So there's no guessing. There's no, yeah. It tells you how to make the pancakes or it tells you how to make waffles because they're different, right? And it, of course, tells you your calories and ingredients and all that stuff. But yeah, this will make about, I don't know, 12 really big pancakes because my husband likes to make pancakes that are as big as your head. So it makes about between 8 and 12 of those giant pancakes. So that's not bad for one mix. Sourdough bread in a bag. And all you have to do is add water, but it has to be between 105 and 115 Fahrenheit. But that's easy enough to figure out. Like, you stick your finger under the tap, and when it starts to get hot-ish, when it gets too hot, you're too hot. So turn it down a little bit. That's how I judge it. I'm pretty technical like that. But you just add this and water, let it rise for 2 hours, and then you knead it for 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds on your counter. So you don't need any special fancy stand mixer or anything to do this. You do it by hand. And then you stick it on your tray, let it rest for another hour, and then you bake it. That easy. But do make sure that the date is good because yeast does not last forever. So if you buy these, make sure you use them fairly quickly. Because yeah, I used one a while ago and it did not rise. And I looked at the date and went, oh, in 2023, that's probably why it didn't rise. So yeah, so make sure you check the date. and use them fairly quickly. Of course, I always have to talk about brownies because this is actually gluten-free. It's made with beans, but oh my gosh, they taste so good. And my lovely friend Liz, y'all know Liz, she makes these for Christmas, and she puts little tiny, you know, if you have the brownie pan, the bigger one, you can fit a whole mini peppermint patty in the middle of this, and oh my gosh. But even if you have like a little one, like the littler one, you can just cut them into quarters and stick it in there. Or if you don't have one at all, you can just use a muffin pan, or actually, well, you can use whatever pan you want. Just cut them up and stick them in there. But it's great. That's a great holiday tip because, you know, everything's peppermint at the holidays, right? And peppermint and chocolate, so good. But again, these are gluten-free. Again, tells you how to make everything and the times for, it actually even tells you the times for different size pans and yeah, and different kinds of pans. So if you're using like a glass pan or a Pampered Chef pan or whatever, it tells you the temperature and it will tell you the approximate time, depending on your oven, on how long to bake them. So that's pretty awesome too. Actually, I should show you my other thing. But I'm going to show you one more thing. This is my favorite. This is the one I have made the most. It is not gluten-free, unfortunately. Sorry, gluten-free friends. But oh my gosh, this comes out perfect every time, and I add different things to it every time. I've added raisins to it. I've added pecans to it. I put score bits in it. Actually, if you put score bits on the top of it, it makes it like crunchy and delicious. So I feel like if you also put, you know, the sanding sugar, you know, the denser sugar on top, make a lovely crust. But this, oh, so good. This is my favorite. And it's so easy. It's just like, you just need a package of this, 2 eggs, water, and vegetable oil to make it. And you put it in a loaf pan, bake it, let it go, done and done. And, yeah, I was going to show you this. So if you don't know when your stuff's done, mine is so bent. I've had this for over 2 years, but it's a cake tester and releaser, which is cool. So yeah, so you can stab your cake with this, or try not to stab yourself with it because stabbing in the eye would be bad. But most people don't know that this end, you see how it tapers? You run this around the outside of your cake and it doesn't scratch the crap out of your pan. So this thing, it's so cheap. I think it's like, I don't know, $8 or something. It's cheapy cheap. And I've had it forever. Like I say, it's a little bit bent, but it doesn't affect your cake testing abilities if it's a little bent, you know, because you all probably have toothpicks sitting in your cupboard somewhere for when you make a cake or a cupcake and you need to test it to see if it's cooked. Well, here you go. No more toothpicks unless you need to pick your teeth, which I do all the time. But no more of that. You have this, the magic poker. All right, well, I think that's all I have to show you for my pantry stuff. If you have any questions or would like to know more about anything, actually, just leave a comment and I will definitely get back to you. Thanks for watching.